Hey guys, my name is Ryan. You've seen me on 7 seasons of The Challenge. Please tune in. I'm on Zach Nichols' podcast, and we're about to shoot the shit and talk all things.
Welcome back to the Zach Nichols podcast. I'm here with my co-host, Mr. Zach Nichols.
And today we have a very special co-host.
Yes, we do.
Ryan Kehoe.
Yes,
Is that how I
sir.
pronounce it?
Kehoe.
Kehoe. The H
Kehoe.
is silent.
Change the H to a Y,
Kehoe.
sound-wise.
Like
Kehoe.
Kehoe. Ayo, Kehoe.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Challenge finalist. Challenge All-Star, what, twice now? Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
Absolutely. One of the biggest.
Right? Fresh Meat 1.
I'm like a geriatric newbie.
You're not Fresh Meat 2.
I'm Fresh Me 1, yeah.
You're Fresh Meat 1.
Yeah, yeah,
and your
yeah.
original partner was
Melinda.
Her
Her first season also.
Yeah.
So you look 29. You got to tell us.
dude.
You got to tell us.
What's the secret?
What is the secret?
Oh
Because,
my God.
like, honestly, give a round of applause for the youth
Honestly,
on the couch today.
Thank you. That's very kind. I mean, it doesn't get old, that's for sure. But yeah, I'm 43. I just turned 43.
No shit.
Yeah, dude.
Age is just a number.
For you.
I got a Middle Eastern mom, and I stopped drinking 2 years ago. Tomorrow is 2 years.
Congratulations
Get
on that.
round of
That's
applause
awesome.
again.
Actually, so that was you were sober at Derek's wedding.
I met you a month into my
Not a
sobriety.
great wedding to go to a month into your sobriety. So congratulations
Thank
for
you.
making it through that
Honestly,
wedding. Because
yeah.
I wasn't sober at that wedding. It was a Polish wedding.
Yeah, oh.
I don't know if you know anything about Polish weddings.
It's spilling over there.
Your wife was definitely sober because she was definitely ready to pop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know. That was second kid.
That
I
was
think.
2.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Wait,
well,
no. Yeah, it was.
Mm-hmm.
you're old, man.
My house is like an orphanage.
Well, that's 2 years of weddings, parties.
Yes.
You went on a challenge. Real quick, like, just talk to us about that journey. Like, how has it been, and how do you feel now?
I mean, I feel the best that I ever have.
You look the best, man.
Thank you. I'm very clear. The drama, like, is very everything is manageable when you're not hungover every day.
Yeah.
And like, I wasn't like partying like we partied in our 20s, or actually I was, but like every day. And I think COVID just really like instilled a loneliness and a sadness in me where I was like drinking by myself and not showing up to the thing. And I'm like usually the first person there, and they're like, why does he keep flaking? And
COVID kind of made it like drinking alone.
acceptable.
It made it like a hobby.
Yeah.
Like it made like everyone's like, I'm just going to drink by myself on the couch. It's great. Because that's what everyone else is doing.
Yes. Well, and that's what allowed me to like take it to like leave it
Yeah.
to me to take it to like the max level. And actually I did All Stars 2 2021 middle of COVID.
Mhm.
And I knew that I had like a drinking problem. Like if I didn't have a drink, I was going to have the shakes. I was worried about it, but I hid it from production. And I filmed the show, and quite honestly, when I got eliminated, I was like so freaked out that I was that close to exposing it on national television that I was like, I need to get help. Also, in the blood work that I had to do for All Stars 2, found out I'm diabetic
Oh, shit.
for like 2 decades, most likely, type
Bro,
1.
beating diabetes for 2 decades, not even knowing it.
Not even, I had like a diabetic honeymoon is what the endocrinologist said to me.
Golly.
That my numbers were just under that point where I could have collapsed or like gone into some sort of, whether my blood sugar was high or low. So it was the combo of going back on the show, finding out I was diabetic, handling that, and then getting sober, because it was kind of like a no-brainer. Like, I'm not 21 anymore.
Yeah.
I got to make this work
You
for
know,
the
it's-
next 40
I feel
years.
that.
It's working, and you're thriving. Star of All Stars 4, one
Oh,
of.
thank you.
And this episode right here, you got a lot of FaceTime in this episode, man. You were the star of this episode.
And that's the cool thing about All Stars is how you, in a toast, you mentioned how easy it was to maintain sobriety on that. And it's because the people that are casted on, the OGs, I'm saying,
Mhm.
are like real ass people. They're casted for a reason. They're people with depth and layers, and they're able to kind of like grow and adapt where it's not just showing up to like, like just get drunk.
Right.
And so like their understanding of that, whereas like I think the challenge 10, 15 years ago may not have offered that. They'd be like, oh, pussy,
I would have been,
have a
I would have
drink.
been
Oh,
ostracized.
yeah.
Like, what the
Right.
happened to Ryan?
But now everyone's kind of celebrating that and being like, hell yeah, that's the way it should be. And it's cool to see that. And I don't know if Leroy was sober on that show or not. He was?
He was.
Okay, yeah.
And Cara also didn't drink.
There's a few people that are kind of, that's the trending movement. And I'm all about it because this year I said I'm going to be sober-ish.
Mhm.
Like I'm going to still have a beer with my buddies, like golfing or basketball, but like it was no more like at home, like, oh, I'm done with work, time for a beer.
Right.
Oh, it's dinner time, let's have 3. Like
Yeah.
it was stupid, you know. So I cut that out, and I told you I feel great.
Absolutely. You've
Got
been
my abs back.
You've been running a lot, and thank you for sharing your story. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that want to make a change and want to feel better about the trajectory of their life. You guys, we got living proof right here. So thanks so much for sharing that to start. So listen, we come back to this episode.
This episode
right?
is a hot mess.
It is, right? We come back from the Cam and Tina trampoline elimination to show you guys having a little pool party. You're blowing the bubbles, getting your dance on. Avery's playing beer pong. Leroy Cam correctly predict the arrival of Kingston's sister.
Yep.
Aria.
Yeah, that was like foreseeing the future on another level.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
There was 2 observations that were just, I have to talk about. Okay. Number 1, Laurel and Nicole, body to body. This is what people want to know about. What was their dynamic from your perspective in the house at this time?
At this time,
At this exact time, or
Dude,
coming up to
it
this
was-
time, or
everyone was so exhausted of the back and forth, up and down. Also, to be honest, it wasn't that interesting to me. They asked me about it in my interviews, and I was like, listen, if they're getting along and they're fucking, I'm really happy. And the whole house is happy because Laurel's getting off, and that means it's peace and quiet. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But anytime there was tumultuous energy between the 2 of them, it was so loud and obnoxious, and it was almost like on display, like in our faces. And we're like, bro, either fuck or don't fuck. We don't care.
It does seem a little like I'll give them like a benefit of the doubt, sophomore in high school ish.
Yes.
Perhaps even 8th, 9th grade. It's just back and forth. Like they hook up and Nicole walks in there like 10 seconds later. She's like, we gotta have boundaries. Like, what?
Yes.
You were
No.
just face deep in her biscuit, and now you gotta talk about boundaries. Oh my gosh.
let's get to business. So you
I
were
love Nicole. Honestly, when
I love them both. That's what's so hard.
yeah,
about it.
we
I
both-
love them both. They've both been great people to me.
horrible for each other.
Exactly.
Horrible.
That's what's crazy, but they've both been great to me. And that's my issue too. There's also the Cara and Laurel stuff. Like they're both my friends. I love them both. I've had issues with them both. We've got both of us have moved past them. They're both great people. I don't understand, but it's just so hard to take a side, but it is fun to make fun of.
I mean, you got
Like the humor part. The humorous part of all this is incredible. But at the base of it, it's like they're real people struggling, trying to figure things out. But it is funny.
yeah, just because it's
I
on
mean,
TV, it's funny.
the way it started when we got to the airport, I see Laurel. Haven't seen her in over a decade. Of course, she's unpacking her suitcase on the floor because her luggage was too heavy or some shit. So she's moving shit around. Haven't seen her in over a decade. I don't know if she's gonna remember me. We did Fresh Meat 2 together.
Well, that was the last time you
2009.
saw her. Was that
I
the
saw her in New York because she lived there briefly a couple of times, but like it had been a solid
Yeah.
decade, and obviously I was a ghost in the challenge world. And so I see her. We kind of like talk, and I'm like, oh, she's abrasive, but kind of like feeling me out. We're walking together through security, and she's telling me about her ex. I know nothing about Nicole. I didn't know Nicole was on this season.
Also, she was already telling you about her.
Yeah, just like I heard that my ex is going to be on this, and if I see her, I don't know what I'm going to do. We
I just
we
would love
come
to see
around
her
the
face
corner.
as she's telling you that. Like it was probably like,
I'm
Oh.
like, oh, okay. And then we come
Right.
around the corner, and it's like Rachel, Leroy, a bunch of them eating in a restaurant in the airport, and Nicole comes walking out, tattoos. I never knew anything about Nicole. And Laurel just looks at me and she goes, that's my ex. I have to go. And kept walking. and leaves me alone to meet Nicole for the first time. And I'm kind of like, oh, and like Laurel went to like a magazine stand and was like, but like interested,
looking,
but
like,
not
yeah.
interested.
how long after you met Nicole did she tell you about Laurel?
Oh, right?
Nicole, hi, I'm Nicole. You want to hear about my ex?
She goes, oh, that's my ex. Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing is, like, Nicole's lighthearted. At least she has a
Yeah.
sense of humor about her
Yeah.
shit. Like, she
Yeah.
knows she's a piece of work.
Oh yeah.
Whereas, like, Laurel thinks her way is the way it is. Yeah.
Very much so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Nicole's a pimp. She's like, Laurel, which Laurel? I probably have.
Yeah.
Listen,
She's like, I got an engagement ring for every day of the week.
I
I love you, Nicole.
I have
Love you more.
done a few seasons with Laurel, and I never talk game with her. Like go out because I tried one time, and she's like, "Are you nervous? Are you scared?" And I was like, "You know what? This was like early on." So then I threw her in on what was that? Free Agents, and that was a bad decision, and I regretted it because then she came after me for like the next 5 years. But like after that, there was like
you passed the torch to me.
Yeah, there was like several times where I'm like, I'm not gonna say a word about it. And I like remember on Worlds 2, I'm like on my bed and I'm like sleeping. And I wake up and Laurel's standing there. She's like, "Who are you voting for?" And I was like, "Who do you want me to vote for?" I was like, "Who do you want me to vote for?" And I was like, "Whatever you want." And I
Your
did.
wish is my command.
Yeah, because I didn't want to rock. I didn't want to rock that boat again. I was, So
I get it.
She's intense.
Well,
she's the most intense friend.
And Nicole is intense. As intense, just a lot more lighthearted. So it's
Nicole can shift too. If you're like, Nicole, don't touch that stove, it's hot, she'll be like, oh, tell me why, but she'll put her hand up.
Yeah.
Whereas like,
Laura
will take your face and shove it on the stove.
Is it hot?
Yeah.
How hot is it, Ryan?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we also see Cara Maria kind of looks like she's solo in the pool hanging by herself. Can you speak on, what people perceive to be her being completely isolated and people not wanting to hang out with her or be with her? Like, what's the truth?
What's your breakdown of Cara?
That concludes the free preview of the Zach Nichols podcast.
So go to Patreon and subscribe to see the rest of the shit that we talk.
Go do it now.